This episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hey guys, it's Kev.
Yo, this is Del.
What's up? This is Naz.
And we are the Wayang Crew.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast. Woo! That's right, we're back this week, and we are talking about Deadpool 2 on this episode of the podcast. But first, let's get to our co-host. It's Del.
Yes, it's me.
What's up?
Nothing much on a lazy Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit earlier than usual for us to record.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's quite sunny.
Although it could be earlier.
Really?
Why do you say things that don't make sense, though?
How early would you have wanted
What do you
it?
want? 5 a.m.? Is that what you want?
No, of course not. Like a reasonable morning time
So
would
what
be
time
like
is that?
10 a.m.
Yeah, that's like 5 a.m. for me, man.
I think like our voices would still not have
Woken up.
Yeah, woken up.
No,
Yeah.
my voice has.
We'll get woken up
yet.
here.
All right. Up next, it's our other co-host. It's Naz.
Hi, what's up? My voice hasn't woken up yet.
Guess who just woke up?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. And how are you this Sunday afternoon?
Oh, it's afternoon already?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it feels like a morning.
Yeah, it feels
does.
Like,
Like, it's like sunny like a
yeah,
morning.
it feels like an 11.
Probably because you guys have not had breakfast.
That.
Well,
yeah.
we're skipping lunch and all the way straight
Yeah.
till
Oh yeah,
evening.
that's true.
My
Yeah, because it is.
Del.
It is, of course, the fasting month here in Brunei.
Yeah.
For all our, and we, of course, want to wish all our Muslim listeners selamat menunaikan ibadah puasa.
Yeah.
If you understand that, then you're from Brunei. Anyway,
Must be nice, Del, having breakfast.
up
Oh,
next,
insensitive of me.
Must
And a
be
great
nice.
segue.
up next, it's our other co-host. It's Kai.
Y'all know who this is.
He's back.
Yep, I'm back.
I only have one question, and this was asked on the last episode of the podcast.
All
Was
right,
it you who stole the Iron Man suit?
If I was, I wouldn't be here. I would buy the Wayang Crew Podcast.
It's not really for sale.
I don't know what that was. I guess I just want people to like me.
Right.
So he did steal it.
No, I
steal
didn't.
it, guys.
But whoever did, well done. You literally own a piece of history.
Right. And how are you this Sunday?
Like Naz, I thought this was morning, but
Yeah.
I'm okay. Nah, I'm alright.
Cool. All right. As I mentioned earlier on in the show, we will be talking about Deadpool 2 this week. If it is your first time listening into the podcast, this is a movie podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam. And a special announcement, we have crossed 1,000 plays.
Wow.
It only took us 34 episodes.
That's great. That's
34
great news.
weeks.
Yeah, 34 weeks, and we have amassed 970 downloads of the episode, so that goes in there. So we're close to like 2,000 range-ish.
Nice.
And this is not taking into account the first 20 episodes we did of the podcast, which was under a different name.
Yep.
We were called the Movie Maniacs Podcast.
Wow.
I totally knew that.
Yeah.
I did not.
There you go. Anyway, let's get to the first bit of the show this week, which is, of course, movie news. And we're going to be kicking off with this bit of news. It's sad news because the Superman star Margot Kidder has died at the age of 69. Now, she played Lois Lane alongside Christopher Reeve for the 1970s iteration of Superman.
78.
Yeah.
And then it was all the way to 87. There was 4 movies.
Yeah, I was reading her life story, and she had a hard life, like towards the 80s and the 90s. Like, at one point, she was homeless.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She suffered from bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
So she was an advocate for like mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah, sad news. I'm afraid we're gonna have to start with that. But anyway, we're gonna kick off with this one, which is a Mission Impossible Fallout trailer that came out. This is the second trailer, and we get to see more of Tom Cruise and his, antics as Ethan Hunt. jumping
Contractually
around.
obligated shots of Tom Cruise.
Well, he owns the franchise.
I mean, I love the guy, so
Yeah.
I like Ethan Hunt's amazing.
We get more of the story in this trailer than the previous ones. It was a bit vague for the first teaser and then a little bit more for the first trailer. In this trailer, I feel that they gave away the whole plot because now we know what Henry Cavill's character is.
Oh,
He's part of the CIA. He's,
of course he is.
they don't want to send Ethan Hunt in alone on this mission and they need like a control. So then Henry Cavill's in there. I think he turns at one point.
Looks like it, right?
Looks like it.
He's got an antagonistic vibe.
Because of the mustache?
I was literally gonna say because of the mustache.
Yeah.
Dale, are we twins?
No. There's just one. Let's see how this episode goes.
All right.
That when he jumped off the building and broke his ankle.
Nice.
I see that, and I still get like a shiver down my spine.
Yeah, like
because I saw how it happened.
you still get the
Graham
gully
Norton
feeling,
show?
right? The
the gully feeling.
Yeah.
It's okay. We have listeners in Brunei.
Yeah, the gully feeling.
The gully
that's
feeling.
right. That's right.
Can't wait for that. That's coming out this year. I'm not sure when.
That is November.
This
What?
year.
I could be wrong. It's
No,
November.
it's July.
July.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
July or
Oh.
August. July, I think it's July.
So close.
All right, could be July, could be November. Who knows? Anyway, there was this other trailer that I just sent to you guys a couple of days ago, and it's a movie called The Happytime Murders.
I love
man.
it. It looks so good.
Oh god.
This is an R-rated Muppet movie.
Yeah.
It's the dark, gritty, R-rated Muppet movie.
I love the tagline on the poster, which says "No Sesame,
All Street. Yeah, that's so good.
Awesome.
That's so
that
good.
is funny.
I'm a bit confused. Is this an actual Jim Henson thing, or is
No,
this just
I
a
don't think
generic?
so. There's a lot of swearing. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's so basically it's implying that it's the same universe.
Okay, it stars Melissa McCarthy
Yeah.
as this police officer whose partner is a Muppet. And if you haven't seen the trailer, it's a red band trailer, so that should give you some hints as to how this movie is gonna go. I can't wait for this.
No, same
Yeah,
here, same.
I'm excited.
I didn't know I wanted
but
this
also,
movie.
like,
How did they keep this under wraps? Because I've never read anything about this until the trailer came out.
Exactly. I think it's because it's a Muppet thing and it's Melissa McCarthy, so people assumed it was going to be just another, run-of-the-mill white good comedy thing. But now,
Right, yeah.
out of left field, it's an R-rated thing.
Yeah,
They
it looks
might have-
amazing.
There might have been some news about it, but
it may have just flown over people's radar. Like,
Probably.
sure, Melissa McCarthy's in a new movie.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's this movie.
Okay, can't wait for that. And if you haven't checked out the trailer, do check it out. Of course, there is a warning because it's a red band trailer.
So don't watch it, kids.
Don't watch it, kids. Here's a movie that we're all kind of, lukewarm at this point now. We were not excited, then we were excited. Now I personally am lukewarm.
Jurassic?
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Joe, can I ask you a
We're
question?
no longer twins, are we?
No, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How dare you? Jurassic World will be the greatest movie of the year.
highly
The
doubt
second
it.
greatest. First one's Infinity War.
I want to
Yes.
agree with you, but there's something holding me back. Anyway, Solo, a Star Wars story apparently was already on Lucasfilm's slate even before Disney acquired Lucasfilm. So they had this in the works, and there's been a lot of accusations towards Disney as you guys are just pumping out Star Wars films just to make movies and this and that and return on investment and whatnot. But then this detail has come out, and no, this was something that George Lucas had always wanted to do.
Fun fact, in one of the original story ideas for Revenge of the Sith, on the planet Kashyyyk, and I don't think I'm wrong, but there was supposedly an idea that a young boy will live with the Wookiees, and that boy would be Han Solo.
wow.
In Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
No, that's horrible. That's Tarzan.
But with Wookiees.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
with Wookiees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would
Oh.
explain how Han Solo is the only person who understands Chewbacca.
That is true.
because nobody else does.
Except for C-3PO.
Yeah, but he's flown in
He
6
can-
million forms of
yeah.
communication.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
but that's in Legends. That's not true though.
What?
In the Legends stories?
Oh,
That
so
it is,
Dell's one of those people.
No. I just read these things.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm
are-
just saying in the Legends they didn't tell it that way.
Oh.
Anyway, we could sit here all day arguing. Ron Howard, who's the director who
Yes.
finished Solo, Star Wars Story, he has said that this movie compares to a story sort of like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Really?
Yes, I would see that parallel.
Yeah.
I would see that parallel, yeah.
you
Because this
think-
is a smuggler's film,
Oh, that's
Guess so.
right? And then, it is... I don't know. Are we spoiling this? Or?
Well, you can...
There
We
is
haven't
no
seen
spoiler.
it,
We haven't
so-
seen it.
So it's about heist.
Speculations.
Like
Yeah.
the general idea is this is a heist film.
It's a heist film, and this
Yeah.
is apparently Han Solo's start as a smuggler.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that it would be like Raiders, because Raiders was about who got to the Ark first.
Yes.
Right? It's either Nazis or Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that there would be this kind of parallel between the two stories.
Because I thought Ron Howard was saying that there was going to be a scene like where they melted.
Oh, right. Nice.
Here's someone we will be seeing in a Solo movie. It's Lando Calrissian,
Yeah.
played by Donald Glover.
Yeah.
And Lucasfilm has said that it wants a Lando Star Wars spin-off one day, like eventually. Not right now, but eventually.
Like next year.
I think this is in relation to maybe the fan reception to
Donald
Glover,
character.
as Lando Calrissian.
He has made me excited for the film.
But we haven't even seen the movie.
I think it's the baggage of who he is.
Yeah.
Like if tomorrow, I'm just throwing this out there, but if tomorrow, like Emma Watson was in a Star Wars movie,
Yeah, possibly.
the people will be like, I'll give her own film.
Yeah.
Just because of the baggage of who they are.
It depends on
Donald Glover is a writer, director, singer,
Rapper.
actor, everything. Like this, everything short of something like a Greek god.
No, but he still has to bring it to Lando. The character of Lando, he still has to bring it. If
Yeah,
he
no.
doesn't deliver the goods, then there's no movie. But
Pretty
if he
much.
does, then yes.
All for it.
Yes.
So it's a maybe from us here at the Wayang Crew? Maybe?
Sure, right? Like, for example, Rogue One. I was super skeptical walking into Rogue One. I was like, do we even need this film? And then after it ended, I was like, yeah, we totally needed that.
Just to
Like,
sort of,
you don't know you need it until the story justifies
just to
it.
tell the story of, what happened between 3 and 4 and how they stole the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a payoff there, but I don't know what the Lando movie will be. It'll probably be his origin.
I think it's him finding his cape for the first time.
Or maybe how he...
He has hundreds of capes.
He does, yeah.
Or maybe it's how he ended up being the commissioner of Cloud City.
Yeah.
Could be. Could be. Anyway, let's jump ship over to the Marvel Universe. And Avengers Infinity War has crossed $1.7 billion at the worldwide box office.
This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning?
No, actually, I just wanted to say something dramatic.
Right. Do you think it'll reach $2 billion?
Easy, yeah.
Could.
Easy?
Yeah, I say it will.
Which would put it in sights of obviously Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which is sitting at $2.068 billion.
Yeah.
Then also Titanic, which is at $2.18 billion.
And Avatar at 2.7, right?
I don't think it'll reach Avatar.
Not enough blue people in this.
Maybe, maybe collectively, if you put Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4,
Together.
like telling one story essentially.
Yeah, but by that time, Avatar 2's out.
That's at the end of
2019.
2019.
Yeah, so by the end of the box office reporting for next year, Avatar 2 would outgross everything.
Do you want to see an Avatar 2?
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
I can't.
I
Am
love
I-
Avatar.
Am I the only one who didn't enjoy the movie?
No, a lot of people didn't. Like, I can quote the movie verbatim.
I enjoyed the movie and
When it
watched
came out,
and
right?
watched it multiple times, but
Yeah.
I just don't see. It's been too long. It's been 10 years
Yeah.
Yeah.
for them to come up with a sequel. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
do I have kids now?
They do. Would you like to know their names?
No.
Oh.
Avengers Infinity War has revealed. Well, Marvel has revealed the digital HD release date.
Oh.
Which is coming out at the end of July 2018.
Nice.
And you can expect, the Blu-rays and the
2 weeks or
4Ks.
3.
Yeah, 2 weeks after that. So you're looking at maybe mid-August.
Cool.
I'm
Just after Ant-Man.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out for like all the special editions and steelbooks.
Oh, this is something you gotta get.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
on a special
Yeah.
edition.
But at the same time, Kai, this goes out especially to you. Would you hold out for the Phase 3
Box set? No, because I didn't like a lot of the Phase 3 films.
You didn't?
Not really. Like, okay, so we've had Civil War, which I thought was really good.
Yep.
I did not like Doctor Strange. Didn't bother Guardians 2, Spider-Man, Ragnarok. Like, most of them is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, but if they came up with a
If it was a gauntlet,
yeah,
then
a really
absolutely,
cool
yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah, then
set
definitely
with the
easy.
gems, and then with all the Phase 3 movies.
Then I'll get it and I'll sell you the discs.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But I want to get my own.
Now you can have 2 sets of discs.
No.
I could, yeah, I'll set the nuts.
All right. Avengers Infinity War saw the death, so-called death of a couple of characters. Here's one character that was still in the movie at the end of it. It's Thor, right?
Yes.
So we've sort of talked about Chris Hemsworth's contract with Marvel and how they still have not renewed it. But he's sort of come out in a video on his Instagram or Twitter thanking the fans on the success of Avengers Infinity War and saying something along the lines of, as long as you keep liking what we do, we'll keep cranking out movies, which is sort of like a hint. So I think that he's definitely in the MCU even after the next Avengers movie.
I guess so.
I would have disagreed if I didn't see how they gave him his hammer and his cape back.
Okay.
In Infinity War, he got it all back, and I was like, wow, they wouldn't just make this decision. Like, I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility, I guess. Like there's a chance.
Del, where do you see the character of Thor going, because now, from all the way through from Thor 1 to Thor Ragnarok, he's become this funny guy.
Yeah.
And he's even, dare I say it, funnier in Avengers Infinity War.
No.
I mean,
he was at his peak funny.
Situationally, with his interactions with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noble rabbit.
Yeah.
Noble my friend tree.
Yeah.
So long, farewell, morons.
So farewell, morons.
I've always said that Thor, they won't stop making Thor movies.
Yeah.
And I think with the success of Ragnarok, they would have to try and make another one.
At least
and
one more.
And he is in space. He's from another realm. Well, I think Phase 4 is when everyone goes into the cosmic side of things, and it'll make sense for Thor to be there and to maybe lead the cosmic Avengers, maybe.
Yeah. Plus, he's one of the characters that we know of that can live in space. Because Yondu couldn't, but he can.
Well,
But he's kind of like a god.
He is. He's like 1,500 years old.
Apparently he's a god, but then also in Avengers Infinity War, they say that his muscles, they're made of some fiber and...
Oh no, that was Gamora basically fawning over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, his muscles are like
saying
the fiber.
How perfect he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's someone I would like to see come back to movies in general. It's Andy Serkis. And he died, of course, in Black Panther.
Oh my god, bro. Like,
Yeah.
No, when you say he died, I'm like, what?
No. I mean, the character
Yeah,
he plays.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. His character dies in Black Panther. So he's probably out unless, they do something and they bring him back with the time gem, which I don't see happening. He says he's interested in reuniting with the Batman director, who is Matt Reeves, someone who he has worked with before for the Planet of the Apes movies. So, I don't know. Do you think he would fit in the DC extended universe?
this guy fits into anything.
Yeah, he fits in
He'll
anything.
be anywhere.
He's literally the chameleon of
Yeah.
acting at this point. Like, he can do anything.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
You want a CGI character or you want a real life character? He can do it all.
I think it's just nice that we see him, live in the flesh more recently in the last couple of years, rather than just being mocap or providing the voice like Snoke and Caesar.
I think he would do a really, really good Dr. Hugo Strange. Because he had the beard as Claw.
Okay.
You've played Arkham City, right?
No.
Oh. Anyone here played Arkham City?
I used to.
Okay, so you know Dr. Hugo Strange, right? The guy with the beard? Yeah, I think he would be a good Dr. Hugo Strange.
So he could be a good addition to the DCEU, more in particular the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll
Or
see.
he could be a good Dark Side.
Dun, dun, dun. It was, since we're already in the DCEU, Henry Cavill, he is surprised at how much his mustache impacted Justice League. He says, he didn't expect the backlash and how bad it would look on screen to be that bad, considering that I just showed you this video before we started recording. There was a video that was circulating, and it was this fan who digitally removed Henry Cavill's mustache, and he did it on like a budget, like a real tight budget. He used like a old computer, he wrote his own code, and the results were really impressive.
Yeah, better than what Justice League had shown us.
Yeah. Do you think Henry Cavill is right in saying that he didn't know how bad it was going to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because with the technology we have today, I'm surprised that they produced such a mediocre work in Justice League. I was very surprised at how bad that mustache removal looked on his
on his upper lip.
Yeah.
Further to this story, he actually has defended Paramount by saying that a lot of people have told him that you could have just shaved off the mustache and put on a fake one. And he says, well, the things that we were doing in Mission Impossible Fallout, meaning the stunts and the various shots of him hanging out of a helicopter, he felt that it wouldn't look right. I don't know. I think that's a cop-out
I think
excuse.
There's an action sequence where his adversary was pulling at his mustache.
Oh, really?
So you can't really use a fake one,
Super
That's
glue?
gonna hurt.
Uhu glue? I don't know. Here's a rumor from the DCEU. Apparently, Ben Affleck now wants to stay on as Batman.
Oh god!
It's a rumor. But then we know how this universe works and how we think that Warner Brothers drops certain bits of news. He says that he's not done and he feels that he can stay on as Batman, which is something that I'm happy to hear. because I think he plays a good Batman.
I think he looks good as Batman.
Looks good.
Looks
As
good.
Bruce Wayne, yeah.
Very interesting. No, because when he's Bruce Wayne, I'm like, oh, Ben Affleck.
Okay.
And when he's got the armor and he's standing and doesn't talk, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's Batman. And then he talks. I'm like, oh, Ben Affleck.
Apparently, that armor,
Yeah.
the armored Batman suit, weighed like 80 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not
That
surprised.
was really heavy.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kai, are you in for...
Stealing his...
No, I mean...
That's a good one.
Yes.
What I was gonna ask was, are you all in for Ben Affleck staying on as Batman?
After breaking up with someone so many times, there's only so much love you can have for them. So
that's a no?
I don't look. I have no doubt Shazam will be a good film.
Okay.
Like, it will be good. I don't expect it to be amazingly great. Or,
Okay.
They'll be adequate movies. right?
Adequate.
Yeah, like, they'll be good. They'll be worth my price of admission. Most of them are. Some of them are not. Like Suicide Squad.
That's really...
So,
even.
like, for example, if he does in the Batman movie, I don't doubt that it will be watchable.
Okay. Naz,
So-
what about you?
I'm okay with him being
You're okay?
Batman. Yeah.
I mean, do you like him? Do you like seeing him as Batman?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Del?
Could not care less at this point. Like, it's like 1 week is this, 1 week is yes, 1 week is no.
I think for a lot of fans, the reason why they want Ben Affleck or hope better of him is because they feel unfulfilled as Batman fans. Like,
Yeah.
in their mind, they're like, but, he's the closest to the comic books. But I guess for myself personally, the best Batman will be Christian Bale, hands down.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
I
touch
agree
that.
with you. Yeah.
And I already saw the perfect version of Batman. Anything after this is just like a cosplayer, So like, to see Ben Affleck, I'm just like, oh yeah, sure, bro. Like, I'll buy an action figure for you, but Christian Bale's the best,
Yeah.
So,
All right. Here's someone who has potential to maybe be a superhero. We're going to be talking about Tom Cruise
oh, nice.
and how he says he's open to tackling a superhero role.
Wow.
Oh, he can do anything.
But there are conditions. He says that, as long as he feels that the role suits him.
And he
the
can
character
show his
suits him,
face,
and he can run.
Yeah, and jump.
He has to run in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just him saying this. Now, Henry Cavill, who's doing the press tours now for, various things that he's doing, he was asked by MTV, and he says that, what do you think of Tom Cruise? Should he still sort of pursue a superhero? And he says, yeah, I think that he would make a great superhero, depending on the role.
Yeah, depending on the role.
There's been discussions that he could be Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, as a lifelong Green Lantern fan, I could accept that.
Well, that's funny because initially it wasn't Ryan Reynolds. It was they wanted to tap him to
He
be
would
Green
do
Lantern.
a
And
good Tom
even further back from that, he was one of the early picks for
Tony
Iron
Stark,
Man.
yes.
Yeah, for Tony Stark, which would have made it the Marvel Cinematic Universe so
Completely
different.
different,
Yeah, that's
I don't know. Tom Cruise is such a big name. They could create another superhero and they could just call it Cruise Man and they could play. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is big.
true. Yeah, he is.
And he's done so many characters in
Yeah,
like his
there's
whole
a-
history of
Stunt.
being an actor.
Yeah.
That his superpower could be all those characters.
Yeah, literally. Like, I would watch that. Like, this dude is
He could be
good.
like super spy or something.
Right. Speaking of Tom Cruise, we last saw him in The Mummy.
Yep.
You guys, I didn't.
Oh
Are you
gosh,
okay?
I wish I didn't watch.
I saw the
that.
other one though. After that, the one with the drugs one.
Oh, American Made.
American Made.
That's where I last saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Apparently, the Universal Dark Universe may make a return.
Oh no.
That's so funny.
I'm putting this in the same camp as Batman.
No, how?
Wow.
As in, I cannot, I couldn't care less.
Oh, okay.
Whether whether they want to bring it back or not.
I feel bad because they got like Johnny Depp, Angelina Jolie, Javier
Yeah.
Bardem for that really nice photo shoot,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, it's not happening."
That was
anymore.
that was that magazine cover. That
Yeah,
they were
Vanity
all on.
Fair, right?
Yeah, Vanity Fair. This news,
good.
this new news comes out from the artist Robert Vargas, who apparently does a lot of those creating building artwork and whatnot. He had a meeting with the creative team for the Universal Dark Universe, and he says, big things are coming.
Yeah, sure. Turns out they released a movie about the Blob. It's big. I did tell you big things were coming.
Here's a big thing that is coming. The Rock and Jason Statham, as we've talked about, are getting their Fast and Furious movie spin-off.
Oh,
It's apparently going to be like a buddy movie, kind of like Lethal Weapon.
do not care. I so don't care.
Really?
I so don't care.
Why?
Okay, so how Dell feels about Batman and the Dark Universe times a million. That's how I feel about Fast and Furious.
Times a
Times
million.
a million.
Like, they
How
were talking
dramatic
about,
was that?
Somebody mentioned, like, we're looking at stories for Fast and Furious 10. I'm like, well, y'all should be thinking about retiring because nobody cares.
Why?
So with this,
Some people care.
some people, yeah.
Spin-off?
Fast and Furious 7 was one of the biggest in Asia. So some people do care. With this spin-off, it could branch off into something new, something fresh.
I hope they
I
don't call it Fast and Furious.
No, they're calling it Baldies Unite. I will not apologize.
So salty.
I will not apologize. I don't care.
Hobbs, a Fast and Furious story.
I am leaving.
Here's something that I kind of want to see happen. Zombieland 2
Yes, please.
is apparently in the works, and the original cast is coming back.
Yes, that was one of the best movies that year.
Yeah.
It was.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I lost it when Bill Murray got bitten.
Yeah.
And he had like a couple of hours left. And he's like, what should we do? And then next thing you know, they have...
He wasn't bitten. He was shot.
He was
shot.
He had a couple of hours left.
No, they went to Bill Murray's house.
Yes.
And Bill Murray comes out in makeup,
Yeah.
looking like a zombie.
Right, yeah.
And then he walks into the cinema where Jesse Eisenberg is watching a movie.
Yeah.
And it was a prank, and he was gonna scare.
Right, and then he got shot, yeah.
And then Jesse Eisenberg shoots him.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's like, oh my god.
And then before he died, they did Ghostbusters with the chandelier.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what do we do? I died at that part.
So I guess you're all in for this Zombieland 2.
Yeah, I'm in for it.
You're in for it as well. Del,
I think it's too late. Too
what?
late. It's been too long.
It's only been 10
And
years.
it's zombie. Zombie has died down. The zombie genre has kind of died down. You gotta go smaller these days with zombies.
You should tell that to The Walking Dead.
Not for 2018.
That's why Walking Dead is like
Yeah, like this year alone, we've had 2 movies I think come out that were sort of zombie centric.
which is indie stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of low budget.
They're indie movies.
So you can't make a lot of money with if you're going big budget
Okay.
with zombie movies. So
Yeah, but like
you gotta go small.
Deadpool's a zombie.
'Cause Deadpool,
Which we will be talking about later on.
I don't know how to respond when this comes from Kai.
He's too quick to be nah.
No, he knows what Deadpool is.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zombieland 2, we're all in. All right. So,
Yes.
get on it. We want to see that. Here's a movie that I know Del is going to say something about. Gambit.
No, I have something to say. No,
Gambit.
we don't need this.
This movie apparently is going to start shooting this summer. Apparently.
Again.
For real. This time. That's what they
Right.
say.
It's happening, guys. It's happening.
It's happening. Although they still don't have a director.
Or an actor, right?
No, they do have an actor.
Is this
Channing?
still Channing Tatum?
Still Channing Tatum.
I don't mind if it's Channing Tatum.
So
Wow.
they see the women have spoken. Anyway,
Yeah.
I guess this is the crowd they're making the film for.
you guys are expecting like a Magic Mike thing to happen,
No,
right?
no. I don't like. I never.
I don't know. This movie feels like a Gambit.
One of the producers, Simon Kinberg, he said that we've met with a bunch of directors in the last couple of weeks, and we're hoping to actually pick one in the next couple of weeks.
Simon, is that how it works?
And we finally have a script that everyone's happy with, including Channing Tatum.
Oh.
This is a Channing Tatum passion project,
Ugh.
and I don't know how this is gonna go.
This is gonna go down the Venom route.
Really?
Yeah, I don't expect anything from Venom.
At all?
Nope.
I'm expecting.
Really?
But didn't you like what you saw?
I liked how he looks,
Yeah.
but I don't expect the movie to be any good.
All right. So that's the news this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account. That's thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So do check us out there. Now we're going to get to the next bit of the show, which is our review of Deadpool 2. This was a surprise movie. We did not expect it to be showing in Brunei.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it did, albeit with some cuts.
Sure.
Now, first, right off the top, I'm not sure where the cuts were because I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
Neither did I.
I thought
No, that's true.
I thought this was a next level kind of censorship because you can't tell.
Okay.
I thought that the announcement at the beginning was a stroke of marketing genius.
Yes.
It's like, by the way, guys,
Yeah.
here's a movie we had to cut. People were like, oh, I need to watch this now.
They said that, I mean, on the screen you read that they're gonna go like they're going to blank out the screen. They're gonna
Mute
turn
some
down
audio,
yeah, and that kind of like sets your expectation that it's gonna be really bad, and then at the end it's like nothing.
Nothing. Or at least we couldn't tell.
Yeah.
All right. So if you don't already know, Deadpool stars Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool or Wade Watts.
Wait, what?
Wade Wilson.
Wade Wilson.
Someone's been watching Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I was checking to see if you guys were listening.
No, we were like shocked. Like, did he? Really?
We were shooketh.
Like all your eyes just went, what?
Shooketh. I'm shook.
Yeah, and of course it stars Josh Brolin as Cable.
Yeah.
Also Morena Baccarin as Vanessa, who's the longtime girlfriend of Deadpool.
Whose favorite movie seems to be Empire Strikes Back.
And TJ Miller is back as Weasel. Right.
Yeah.
funny.
And we're forgetting the most important character there.
Dopinder.
Dopinder.
Yeah.
Someone is Dopinder.
I don't know who Dopinder is.
Neither do I, but he's a charmer, all right.
Hang on,
Yes.
just for records purposes, I have to say his name now because you have brought him up, and Dopinder is played by
Kai.
Karan Soni. So there you go. Okay, that's the main cast, I guess, for
Mr. Poole.
Mr. Poole.
Poole, sir.
Paul, sir, you are living the life, DP. I remember when Kirsten danced.
This is why we have Kai on the show.
Kai.
So the story of Deadpool 2 carries on from what we saw in Deadpool 1, although now he's more of an international mercenary. We see that in the beginning of the film. He's traveling
He's
around
Mr.
the world.
Worldwide.
Yeah, he's traveling around the world, basically taking contracts
Yeah,
for
contract
hits.
hits, yes.
But he only kills bad guys, like
Yeah.
drug dealers and people who do
Human
human trafficking
traffickers,
and
yeah.
whatnot. And it's nice to see because it was a nice montage, which is a lot of what we saw in the trailer. And
Yes.
then the movie kicks off from there because by the way, this is going to be a full spoiler review.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
If you're
review.
still listening, this is on you. You're a masochist, but here we go.
Spoiler. Anyway, his girlfriend dies.
Yeah.
Vanessa dies.
I thought it was
very
quite fitting.
very early on in the
I think
film.
so.
Yeah, because in the comics he's in love with death,
Oh, yeah.
so it's kind of fitting
He-
that she is
yeah.
dead.
Yeah. So very early on, his girlfriend Vanessa dies because of a hit on him at his house.
Of a mishit, yeah.
And she's collateral damage. And that sets the tone for this movie because this is where we see Deadpool and his whole outlook on life is that he doesn't want to be alive anymore, which kind of sucks for him because he can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is Deadpool and his powers are, super regenerative and he heals, just like Wolverine. What did you think of this movie overall?
Okay, so spoiler, right?
Spoiler.
When they killed off Vanessa and the scene played out so well, immediately cut into the opening,
the
drums. The open
credits. Yeah.
Alright.
Which looked like a
With-
James Bond film.
Yeah, the James Bond kind of montage, and with the song Ashes playing in the background, that whole transition felt really, really, really nice for me. And I was sitting there for the first time watching it, and I was like, oh, I got a little bit of the feels. But then they brought her back in the end.
Yeah.
And that kind of took away some of that, what made the opening so
Yeah.
great.
The impact.
Yeah. Plus, it's because she died that sets Deadpool off on this journey that he took and rediscovering what the F word means, which is family. So I didn't like them bringing her back that way.
Because there was no payoff, ultimately.
Yeah. And when you are able to do that, you can change anything.
But he's
That's
already.
what-
See, the thing is, like, he finds out what the F word is, which is family, like you said, and he's already learned that lesson. So I guess getting her back, at the end is like a bonus.
Wait,
yeah.
did he get her back? She's dead.
He saved her. He went back in time and saved her. That's in the post-credit scenes, but we'll talk a bit more about the story. He becomes a trainee of the X-Men.
Yep.
And this is where he goes to the mansion, the X-Men mansion, and we get the first cameo, which is a shot of the first class X-Men.
Yeah, I love that.
So you see 6 of them in there. You see Professor X, Beast, Cyclops,
Quicksilver,
Storm,
And
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
So that's 6 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We see all of them.
yeah, they're there.
And this is during a scene where Deadpool is actually saying, couldn't the studio throw us a bone? Give us like one of the X-Men or
One of the
whatnot?"
famous ones.
And then the shot pans over to his right and you see Beast close a door where
Yeah.
all the X-Men are behind.
Yep.
We were in the cinema and the whole cinema just cracked up laughing.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that they put this scene in Dark Phoenix, where the X-Men are discussing something, and then Beast go and close the door, and we see us like the back of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for.
That would be nice.
That's
That would be
funny.
nice.
Yeah.
There were also some other cameos because from then he gets arrested along with the main villain in this movie, who's played by the kid. What's his name?
Julian Dennison.
Julian Dennison. He plays, what's his name?
Fire Fist.
Russell?
Russell Collins.
Russell / Fire Fist.
On Foy Fist.
He retains the New Zealand accent.
Yeah.
Apparently, he is the reason why Cable comes back.
Yeah.
And that's what this whole story is. So Cable, played by Josh Brolin, comes back from the future to kill young Fire Fist.
Yeah.
Because in the future, Fire Fist kills Josh Brolin's family.
Yeah.
So to prevent that, he comes back. That's the involvement of Cable.
The movie does not explain why he chose that particular period to come back to. He could have gone anywhere else.
No, he did.
Because
Because
that's when he
Deadpool said, why didn't you just go back when he was a baby and kill him then? And he says, well, this time travel thing, it's not that accurate.
The further he goes, the more unstable it becomes.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, why can't he go back to somewhere nearer in the future for him instead of going all the way back to so far?
No, because he wanted to go just before Russell made the first kill.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to wipe out the victim list that Russell
The
created.
victims, okay.
Yeah.
So if he just goes back just 5 minutes before his family died, Russell would have still killed all those other people.
Right.
Yeah. So he wants to change history.
Yeah.
Which doesn't also explain why. See, when you have a time traveling element in the movie, then it becomes so confusing because he could have gone back earlier to kill Russell he didn't have to wait until his family died. That's a whole different thing, I know.
Yeah.
But then he could have saved many more people in earlier period
I
of
think
time.
I looked at it this way: like in the future, I'm sure there are other villains, but Russell is the one that made it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the moment his family got all right, that's it, you're done.
Yeah, but then why was the future so messed up when you have a time traveling thing?
Because we
You
have a
can
time
keep-
travel thing, that's why the future's messed up.
No. That's not what Cable said.
Anyway, the future that we see, we don't see very much of it from Josh Brolin's introduction to the movie. We just see his apartment that had been burnt by Russell, Fire Fist. It kind of looks like a dystopian future.
Like Days of
it
Future
does.
Past.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that, but we're not sure. So then, from then on, they go to jail because Deadpool kills someone while he's trying to talk down Fire Fist.
Yeah.
So he shoots one of the nurses, I think,
Yeah.
from that home for children.
Yeah, the Essex.
Essex.
Yeah, the Essex Home for Children, and he gets arrested as well, and he goes to jail. And in jail, that's when he's sort of paired up in a cell with Russell. And Russell then tries to, get Deadpool on his side. Like, you have to protect me and this and that. But then they're fitted with these collars that prevent their
Neutralize the
powers.
powers.
Yeah.
In which case, that doesn't work for Deadpool because his powers of self-regeneration muted, and he starts to, feel the effects of cancer once again. This is also where we sort of get a hint of who might be the biggest, baddest criminal in that jail, which is, okay, spoiler, it's Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He's in this movie.
That was so well.
Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut, female dog.
How did they keep this detail, so well hidden?
I don't know.
It's not a lot of scene with Juggernaut, except the middle, that small part, and then the ending fight scene with
I
Colossus.
think the main reason they were able to keep it under wraps is because Ryan Reynolds did the CGI for Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And
there's no other actor.
no
involved.
other actor, so nobody could have put two and two together and be like, hey, what's this actor playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Juggernaut was well done.
I squealed like a little girl when I
I
saw.
heard. I thought
when
it
I
was
saw the
nice.
helmet came out.
But I think I don't know who it was. Like when I saw the hand, I screamed Juggernaut. I don't know, was it to you or was it to you?
was me.
I think I was like Juggernaut, and then like I think Kevin was like, what was? And then boom, Juggernaut comes out.
This is when he was giving the tray
Yeah.
of food, right?
No.
On the moving truck.
Oh.
the
When they
hand.
crash.
Yeah.
Which is one of the
Oh, wait.
best scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
I think they upped the ante with regards to highway chase scenes. This movie, Deadpool 2, really ups the ante from the first Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
So it started that sequence with Deadpool and Weasel trying to form X-Force.
Yeah.
And they recruited some people.
Yep.
And then killed them off one by one as
that
they
was
even
so
before the
funny.
mission started.
Not
That
one
was
by
really
one.
funny.
And the culprit for all these deaths was wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a wind
Yeah.
warning, and fine, it's a wind warning.
It's so,
That was so funny.
On hindsight, if you had taken out that whole scene of recruiting people, the movie would have worked just as well. But because it is so unnecessary, it becomes so hilarious when you see it.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned X-Force. There's that whole recruitment scene, and X-Force is made up of Domino, Zeitgeist, Bedlam, Shatterstar, Peter, who is just a normal guy,
Normal guy.
and Vanisher, who we don't see at all until one frame of
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
Played by Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Played by Brad Pitt, who has a cameo in this.
Oh
Speaking of cameos, there were two other cameos in this movie. One was by Alan Tudyk and the other by Matt Damon. And they played the two guys, the two rednecks who were sitting on the truck.
Oh yeah.
So Alan Tudyk's name was in the credits, so I saw that. And it was just revealed yesterday that Matt Damon played a cameo and he was the other redneck.
Wow, I couldn't tell. Did you guys?
No, I only found out today.
What? That's pretty good.
X-Force had some big name actors in there. They had Bill Skarsgård, Terry Crews, Rob Delaney, who plays Peter, and Brad Pitt, who's the Vanisher.
Yeah.
Who I thought had the best in terms of the X-Force. Like, he was the joke right from the beginning.
Yeah, like we didn't know whether he was there or not.
They were talking to an empty room, and then when we see Vanisher, I say see very loosely, we just see a floating parachute.
Yeah, because I didn't get it. I was like, why is that parachute flying by itself? And I'm like, oh wait, it's the Vanisher.
Okay. What else can we say about this movie?
I thought Shatterstar would have played a bigger role because he is quite prominent in X-Force.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of disappointed that they killed him so quickly.
But I think, so this is what I think this movie is so meta, because they knew they couldn't do it justice. They were like, we can't do it justice. Let's just kill them all.
Yeah.
That's true.
But then
I thought it was funny.
Well, can you use them again in X-Force?
I'm sure you could.
Because
with time travel.
Yeah, because now there's time travel.
Yeah. He saved them, I think.
He saved Peter.
He saved Peter.
Clearly saved Peter in the end.
Peter.
But
then, I think we can also make the assumption he saves all of them.
Yeah.
That's not in the nature of Deadpool, though.
No, it's not.
No, but in this movie, we can assume that.
I thought it was really brilliant that the movie started with a shot of Logan dying at the tree. With the action figure.
The action figure,
Right.
And he said how Logan stole his R rating.
Yep.
And I thought it was super smart that this movie stole Logan's plot.
Yeah, he wants to die.
And he has a kid to take care of. I thought that was a stroke of brilliance. I was like, wow, I just realized this is Logan. So I thought that was really funny. But personally, I don't know. I thought some of the jokes were a bit predictable.
A lot of the reviews that I've sort of seen and read online say that this movie is not as good as the first. Do you agree with this?
I mean, it's good. It's okay. So it's got better character, but I think the first one had better humor.
All right, Del, what do you think? Is this?
I would say it's almost as good as the first one.
Almost,
yes. But the jokes were better. There were more. I like I said, I couldn't remember the last time I laughed that many times inside a movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the humor and the meta, all the meta references. I love it.
That's
Same. I think I liked this movie more than the first one because of the jokes and the references and the many cameos they had. I was clapping a lot, more than Ready Player One, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
No movie has ever made me clap. I clapped for something that I think he started singing when he was dying, that song, and then I was like, that's you got me.
That was the Annie song.
Yeah, that was the, no, that was the
Papa,
that was the
can you hear me?
Yentl.
Oh,
Yentl
Yentl. So anyway, I thought that this movie was a good sequel to Deadpool, obviously. But upon watching it the second time, I felt some of the jokes would not, age very well because they're very self-deprecating. Like we had that one joke, okay, Thanos, and he's saying this to Josh Brolin, who is Thanos.
Yeah.
I don't think these jokes would work if you rewatch this movie 2 years from now.
No.
That's true.
I don't think I don't think that's entirely true. But we'll have to wait. Let's wait 2 years later, and then we'll see.
Episode 150 of the Wayang Crew.
Yeah.
He's setting out targets.
When X-Force comes out. When X-Force comes out, we'll rewatch this one and then we will see. But I really love the introduction of Domino. I thought the way that she played Domino, that's really Domino to me. And also the way they showed how her powers work, the power of luck on her side.
I thought that
everything
was a really
else
good scene.
Was chaotic around her. They did this character justice.
Yeah, everything's so chaotic, but she's so nonchalant because she knows. Like even that scene where the truck blows up and she's flying through the air.
Yeah.
Her face was just so blank, and she looks down in slow motion and sees like that big inflatable teddy bear, and she's like, "All right."
Puts her hand behind her head.
Yeah, puts her hand behind her head and she falls. And I'm like, okay.
And for me, I think the best part of this movie was the post-credits.
Yes.
That's the best part.
Stay for the post-credits. Well, they're not actually post-credits. They're mid-credit scenes.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't have to stay till the end like every other Marvel movie to see like a final scene. This Deadpool 2 movie gives you everything before the main credits. So this is a mid-credit scene. And I was sitting next to Kai when we watched this, and he was sort of saying to himself and to me and Naz, he was saying, yeah, this movie is okay, this movie is okay. And then the mid-credit scene happened, and after that, he went, this is the best movie ever.
That was so good.
He was so happy.
That was so good.
And there was one particular scene in that mid-credit scene where Del was audibly shouting, yes! Yes!
Yeah, that was the Green Lantern one when he said, you're welcome, Canada.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Reynolds reading a script saying, "You're in the big leagues now, kid."
Yeah.
And then
He closes the script and it's Green Lantern.
and Deadpool shoots him and goes, "You're welcome, Canada."
Well, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine also makes an appearance, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it's from stock footage from the film, and
It's the
Wolverine
only
origins.
way that Ryan Reynolds can get
Yeah.
Wolverine into the same film as.
And Deadpool kills the first iteration of Deadpool.
Weapon 11. He kills Weapon 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
So good.
Let's give our ratings for Deadpool 2. Let's start with Del.
I really enjoyed this one, and the only thing that I didn't really enjoy was Cable. It wasn't written in as much as I would have liked as compared to Thanos, because that is a Thanos movie. This one isn't a Cable movie. But other than that, there were very minor complaints, and I found this very, very funny movie.
Yeah.
It's a comedy rather than an action movie or a superhero movie. But I would give this 8.5.
8.5.
Wow, that's the highest I've ever heard Del.
What?
No.
No, he gave what did you give 9? Oh no, Infinity War. He gave it a high.
Did you give it a 9? No, he gave it an 8.
No, I didn't.
He gave it a 9.
Anyway,
I think I gave it an 8.5, which was after I watched the first time. The second time, I gave it a 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Naz.
I give it an 8 as well.
8.
Yeah. It's really funny. I just clapped and laughed a lot. I think I shoved Kai a lot as well in the cinema because it was hilarious.
Were you punching him with like...
I am unharmed.
Yeah.
I am unharmed.
All right, Kai, your rating.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Because?
Again, like, I could tell where the jokes would come in. So...
Sky, sorry to interrupt, but you laughed the loudest.
Yeah, the loudest.
You did?
My goodness, you laughed so many times
I
and
just
the
laughed.
loudest.
I have a LOL lifestyle.
Right.
I laugh out loud all the time.
I don't know, man.
You don't laugh at our jokes during comedy shows.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Aw, guys.
Okay. I'm going to even out Del and Kai. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
Maybe around there. 7.5. So overall, good scores. I think this is a great movie. Obviously, don't take your kids to this because this is an X-rated movie and it's for 16 years old and above. But if you are of our age and, you know, you're into comic book movies and overall laughing out loud, go and watch this movie because you're going to have a great time. And where should they watch it?
Time Cineplex.
It's the best place to watch movies because they care about movies.
They do.
They do. They really do. All right, let's move on to the next bit of the show, which is...
Oi, apa lihat-lihat? Apa lihat-lihat? Hoi, 看什么看? Apa lihat-lihat?
Apa lihat-lihat? 那看什么看?
Apa lihat-lihat? See what see? Xiao liao.
Yep, it's Up Liat. And what else have you been watching, Del?
Okay, so last
What's
night
he
I
see?
tried... What's he see? See what?
See what?
Last night
I'm going to make this stick, man.
Yeah. I tried watching this movie called Cymbeline. It's adapted from Shakespeare, and it has a lot of famous faces in it, led by Ed Harris. And 5 minutes in, I was like, oh, this could be fantastic. 10 minutes in, I had to stop.
Really?
It's horrible. It's like everything's set in present time, but they speak in Shakespearean language.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
It
it's like Romeo
was-
and Juliet.
Yeah, it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet.
but without Baz Luhrmann's direction.
Okay.
And this is horrible. Horrible. So to counter this, I tried to watch 300 Rise of an Empire.
Oh, wow, that's bad.
I had to stop 40 minutes in as well.
Yeah, that's bad.
That was bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was really good I watched this week. It was A Most Violent Year.
Oh, that is good. Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I cannot believe that this movie had no love from the Academy during that year.
It got nominated, right?
Did it?
Yeah, but it won nothing. It got nominated, but it won nothing.
It got nominated for what?
Best actor, I could be
Best
wrong.
actor? No. Oscar Isaac didn't. He only got it for Inside Llewyn Davis.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, that was in Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
Okay. Naz, Up Liat.
I watched Ali Wong's this new
Netflix special?
Yeah, Netflix special. Yeah.
Yeah?
I didn't find it as entertaining as the first special. This one, she was more ranty about being a mom. Like, okay, some of it was funny, but I thought it was kind of like a bit harsh lah as a mom. I had to stop like after 30 minutes and then take a breather and then watch it again.
And then come back to it.
Yeah, come back to it.
Okay.
But it was still funny. Just like, you're trying too hard.
Too much.
Yeah.
Just dial it down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, you're a mom. It's not
Okay.
that bad.
Are you doing this for like research?
Yeah. But I can't find anything I can connect with. Like I'm not a mom.
Okay.
Yeah. And I watched a Malay movie called Juanita, and I thought it was terrible.
What is it about?
It's this girl with it's Maya Karin with a mental disorder or something. Yeah, I don't know. It had like bomo, dukun and stuff,
So
and
it's like a horror thing.
I think it's a horror thing, and she goes crazy, and then her sister marries the person she loves. I'm like, whatever. I fell asleep.
Okay. Kai, apa Liat? What have you been watching this week?
I've been burning through a bunch of stuff this week. So I finished my Rambo Saga marathon.
Wow,
Nice.
It was amazing, and I've been going to the gym every day because I want to be Rambo. I think I also asked Kevin that I want to go to Vietnam just to fight the Viet Cong.
Well, you can't anymore, but
I don't know.
Still go.
You don't know. You gotta do it like Rambo. And then I burned through Big Mouth, which is a Netflix animated series. It's produced by Nick Kroll. It's one of the funniest cartoons I've ever watched in my life.
Okay.
And I'm burning through Black Mirror right now.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really good. I just finished season 2, so I want to start season 3 today.
Cool. Wait for season 4 because
Yeah, I am super
that's
excited.
really good.
Yes.
I checked out 2 movies this week. I watched Molly's Game, which
So good.
so good.
So good.
So good.
Del brought it up on the last episode of the podcast on his Affleck Liat, and because of that, I watched it. It's really good.
It is.
Aaron Sorkin
Sorkin.
is on his game with this movie, and Jessica Chastain, she really brings the character to life, and you feel for it. And I'm surprised that this movie didn't do better.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great film.
Another movie I checked out was finally Game Night.
Oh,
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
That
I
movie
loved it.
was so good.
Yeah.
Should have watched it in the cinema, right?
Yeah, I should have watched it in the cinema, but I watched it here at home because it's finally available on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked that movie out, Game Night, do watch it. Yeah, and you're gonna definitely laugh. There was a couple of months where I cringed in that movie, but overall, good movie. So that's what we've been watching this week. Besides Deadpool 2, next week we're back with Solo, Star Wars story.
Yes.
Which is showing here in Brunei, maybe on the 23rd, but
Yeah.
most probably on the 24th. So we'll get a review out for you next week. And also, just to give you a heads up, Tibi will be back next week.
Yes.
Because he is coming back next weekend.
Tibi
And
Bear.
Solo is his #1 movie of 2018. We'll see how he fares.
Never told me the odds, kid.
All right. So that's going to be it. That's the show this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. Do join us next week. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.